So I played episode 1 a while back, and I've forgotten most of what happened. So we're going to get started with Act 2, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up enough that I remember what's going on. Attention, Luna Chamberlain, your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can only award one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis, portfolio submit, we must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we've established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Note, sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your, observant servant? I don't know. Obstinate servant. Robert. Lula throws the letter in the wastebasket. Lula folds the letter up, puts it in her handbag. I need to keep this for future reference. Proposals, sure. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal number 1. Site. Hospital. Proposed use. Auto dealership. Distillery. Proposed use. Graveyard. Basketball cart. Proposed use. Kennel. What? Let's go with this one. Distillery still active, but scaling down operation to less than half of site. Distillery built on top of graveyard originally. Hybrid distillery graveyard could share resources. Chapel once repurposed into a bottling facility could be repurposed into chapel. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. Okay, let's do the kennel basketball court. Has an increasing stray dog population already full of dogs? Yes, absolutely. I'm saying yes to everything today. Oh, Rick clears his throat. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain, so... did you get my note? About the proposals? I'm just finished them. Oh, great. Okay, I'll tell Diane. I think she's waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? And that is where the conversation ends. As soon as you bring up the goldfish... Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. That's where we are. Ah, Shannon? There's a barrier. There's a dog. I've forgotten what's going on. There's Conway. I think that's who I was before, wasn't it? Maybe someone here can point us in the right direction. Yeah, it looks like they're still open. Must be the night shift. What do you think they do here? Looks like a cathedral. Yeah, a cathedral with an office building in it. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. Maybe Dog does. His leg's getting kind of stiff now, old man. Maybe I just need to walk it out. Yeah, walk's good for a lot of things. So I remember we were trying to find, like, our way through a mine shaft or something last time. I've forgotten what's going on. End of the line? Maybe it's still under construction. We can hope. Hey there, Cloudcraft. Yeah, I'm not, I I just realized I'm contending with the fact that it's been a while since I played episode 1, or act 1, and I'm not sure what's going on. Can I not go down these stairs? Oh, hobble, hobble, hobble. I guess I got injured last time? I don't know. That is a downside of episodic content. It's like, you know, people have these big gaps between one part of an experience and the next, and if you don't remind them, or if it's not self-explanatory, it can be really tough. Receptionist. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. Want to settle a bet? I'm actually pretty busy, but sure, what's up? Can you be both inside and outside at the same time? Wow, is that like a philosophy thing, or are you just lost? We're just lost. You're lost, so you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought, you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. From the distillery that is now also a graveyard? What do the boys from the distillery look like? You never seen the boys from Hard Times? Well, got your blessing. They cut grim profile. It's clear you're new to this territory, expecting just me to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. You know where that is? Dogwood... Nope. Gonna need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. But first, we gotta get you in the system, so you need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now, let's see. Rick has booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go get some calls and see if we have anyone free. There's some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? Or what? Goodbye. Television playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces of its nest for its nest. Scarf, plastic shopping bag, bit of young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. It must have once belonged to a different crab. Oh, hello. Are you back? I'm just gonna hobble over here. Hey there, Marianne. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says that she's on the 5th floor reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there, 5th floor. Back to the left, like here? Yeah, I couldn't tell if she meant to the left from the perspective of the player. That would make the most sense as gameplay instructions. 3 books are piled on a table. A service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. Conway picks up the envelope. Bureau of Secret Tourism. Contains several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Awesome, okay. Yeah, Cloudcraft, this worth pointing out that, you know, it's easy to, I think, criticize Telltale sometimes for the fact that their games are more linear than they let on. You know, they give you a lot of illusion of choice, but then sort of funnel you back into the same outcomes. But part of that makes it possible for you to follow their episodic structure, right? Because it's so consistent, they're able to more easily create reminders and things like that to sort of help keep your head in the game. Did she say 5th floor? I think she said 5th floor. What? We're going to see the bears first. Come on, bears. Bears. What the crap? What is this game? What? She's like, yeah, I know, Shannon. Thanks for your help. Maybe I wanted to see some bears, Shannon. Not everyone has the privileged life that you lead, where seeing bears isn't interesting. Hey, Cloudcraft, oh, did I? No, I swear I changed the title on Twitch. Did you just have the window open? Wait, no. I'm not listening to this. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk? Oh no, I'm an interior spatial analyst. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. You just missed her, actually. She was up here about an hour ago. She's probably back at her real desk now, on the first floor. She barely made a dent in these diagrams. Must have been distracted. Speaking of which... I assume that means he's just going back to work on some diagrams. Yep, nothing over here. Well, let's go back down. Are we gonna have to hit every floor? Whew. Yeah, I'm listening, Shannon. Thanks. Let's make sure we talk through all of our choices very slowly. Clerk's offices! Or Clark's offices for you British folk. Bears! Just like looking left and right in unison? What is going on? Oh. Hello? Are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain? Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any Miss Chamberlain's time. It's a pretty straightforward process. First you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Oh my gosh. Is this like Bureaucracy Simulator 2016? Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card, a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Let's just skip it. Which one of you is Lula Chamberlain? Oh, sure, that's her on the cardigan. Hello, Lula. Having fun on the paperclip labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. The receptionist said you could point us in the right direction. Like how Shannon's always like get to the point and Conway's all like small talky and weird. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? Looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive, that's funny. Do you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? It was years ago. Grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog, I drank whiskey and beer, I made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road with a name like that. It would have to be. What are you doing on the 0? I like being Shannon a little bit more. Your cousin Weaver? Weaver Marquez? I hadn't expected to hear from her again. Do you know her? She came through here as an intern. One of my old colleagues must have referred her. Do you know, I never asked. Anyway, not much challenging work here, much less for a gifted mathematician. She helped translate some notes on architectural plans I picked up in Mexico. She was very bored. We used to sit on the steps by the river on our lunch break and talk about geometry. Hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I had recommended that she go see some friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic surveying venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic? Do you pronounce that quixotic? Research project. You know the type, gray-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. I'm starting to have flashbacks of the other episode now, that there was a mine where Weaver's parents worked, and some people were doing a survey of them to, like, capture their songs and things, I think. Well, that is... I guess she sent you here because she respected me, though I thought I could help. Weaver's a dear girl, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. Get over yourself. Go for it, Shannon. Get over yourself. Well, I guess that's fair. All right, maybe I can help you for Weaver. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive. Or might we hope? So might we hope? Hey, Crossy, how you doing? Hello. Oh, Crossy says hello from the United Kingdom. I was just pronouncing Clark in the British way, just for you, and now you're here. Do you have a record of those streets? I expect we must. They'll be up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under O for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Great. Let's go over here then. Crossy, on my end of America, it is 7:20 in the morning. Though, you know, America spans 4 time zones, so 5 if you count Hawaii. And wait, Alaska. Is Alaska in the same time zone as Hawaii, or is it like between Pacific and Hawaiian times? Okay, 4th floor, Archives and Records. As soon as we're done talking through all of our options, we're going to use all these floors eventually, except for the Bears floor. The Bears floor is just there for entertainment and for apparently bear line dancing. All right, here we go. Documents. Crossy, this isn't the normal time. The most normal time I stream is noon my time, which I think in English time is that 9 p.m. for you guys? Maybe it might be 8 p.m. I keep forgetting whether it's 8 hours. I think it's 8 hours difference from here, so I think it's 8 p.m. That's usually when I stream. When I get up early enough, I also do a stream in the morning now, which is, I guess, 3 p.m. your time. But that's, it used to be almost every day. I've slacked off on it a little bit recently just because I had trouble getting sleep lately. So looking through the logbook, maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. Small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. And Cloudcraft, I agree with you that I do think that my characters may be in hell right now. Sure. Let's just start at the beginning. Oh, thanks, Crossy. Yeah, I'd love to see you back more if you get the chance. Okay. Document staff. Please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. What the crap is going on? This is the worst place. Yeah, sporting competitions. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Page 14. Coal mining operations. Oh, here we go. This has something to do with the last act, if I can remember it a little bit. Inside back cover. Failing antique shops folder missing. Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Huh. Wait, what? Page 63. Ed Baum. So I think the last act had something to do with antique shops. They're never gonna find anything here. Maybe that clerk knows, or Clark knows somewhere else we should look. Hey, I've been doing a pretty good job of keeping up with the chat this time. You guys give me some credit. Partly because this is basically Bureaucracy Simulator, so it's a little easier to look away and not worry about missing much. All right. First floor, clerk's offices, or Clark's offices. All right. Who is it we're talking to now? Help us out, Lula. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only just moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's a bit in progress. It was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect, at the church. Marianne at reception can give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop by and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is a small, underground neighborhood. Wait, where did I get the word underground? I am clearly losing my mind. A small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Seriously, where did I get that? That just... Am I, like... You know, I do this sometimes when I'm, like, reading late at night and I'm tired. Like, I'll start falling asleep and imagining the next several paragraphs. I feel like I was doing it. Like, I got up early enough this morning that I'm just really tired. And, wow, that was bizarre. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. All right. Here we go. So, Crossy, the way that my daily schedule works is usually I work from 8 to 4, plus, you know, taking work home fairly often. And, okay, list all the options here. And that's mostly because my park and ride, it fills up around 7, and so I have to get there early enough in the morning that I can't possibly help with the children in the morning. And so because of that, I try to get there as early as I possibly can, get there at 6 if I can, or even in the 5s, because then if I get to work early, I can, you know, get home early and be helpful with the kids in the afternoon. So that's kind of how my schedule works. So I get in here as early as I can, usually leave at 4. If I can leave earlier, sometimes I do, and try to just, you know, trying to balance out all the different parts of my life. It can be tough. I got 4 kids at home, and so that on top of a, you know, pretty hectic job here means that usually I just don't sleep. This is my problem. One of the reasons I stream like this is because this is sometimes my only opportunity to play video games is to do them on the stream. So by sort of scheduling something and having people waiting for me, I kind of can force myself to play games even when I naturally would, you know, just get too distracted by the rest of my life. So Lula said you could get us to the church? Oh, sure, the old storage lot. Just get back on the 0 and drive till you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. Great. Let's go to the crystal. Cloudcraft says he didn't realize that I had 4 children. Yep. Yep, and the most recent one is 2 years old still and insane. They move on. We just got him a new bed, which we were hoping would make it easier to get him to go to sleep, but nope, he's just too excited about it. What in the world are we... What is this? Oh, what? Oh, well, let's turn around. Is this even a thing? What is this weird place? Act 2, Scene 2. Crossy asks, what's it like to work with Microsoft developers? Well, it's not really developers that we're working with. It's they've got a production team there and some like senior representatives of each of the disciplines, and they mostly come here to just sort of they evaluate our work and sort of represent Microsoft's interests in the project. See, I don't see any congregation. But yeah, it's not quite the same as working with like developers, the people who actually would build games on their side. There's sort of different people. So Cloudcraft says he couldn't imagine dealing with 4 kids even if he had no other obligations. Yeah, we kind of it's like a frog in a boiling pot. We just sort of like stepped it up one step at a time. And we do feel it's kind of. I agree with what's the name of that comedian? The guy who wrote "Dad is Fat." What's his name? Dang it! Anyway, this comedian, he said that having 4 kids is kind of like you're drowning and then someone hands you a baby, and that's pretty much what it's like. What kind of mass is it? Tonight, it's a homily on work and need. I haven't heard this one before. Where's the congregation? Guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had mass every night, 2 on Sunday. But it got a bit awkward to fit everybody in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it was a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I just keep it running. You do what you have to do, right? Right now I need to find some bureau documents. Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. Just need to get the night mass started. But you can borrow my keys. I'll go, you wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Thank you. I'm so glad not to be hobbling the whole way. I'll better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the homily. Is your whole family Catholic? Oh no, we're not religious. I just watched and listened while the congregation did all this stuff, and I probably don't understand as much of it as you might think. Anyway, I know how to run the overhead projector and the tape player. At least I know enough to keep it going, right? Conway listens to the homily. How'd you like working here? It's okay. I don't really know what else I would do. Used to play a lot of card games, in high school. Some of my friends went to college, and most of them just got jobs. Maybe in a few years we'll be hanging out in bars, playing darts or something. You're not allowed to play cards at the bar because it looks like gambling. My leg is killing me. Bet everyone's telling you to see the doctor. Yeah, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. Then his hand didn't work very well, and it just got pretty depressed, and eventually sort of... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? This is like a hobby? If you asked what my hobbies were, I'd say card games, science fiction, and perspective geometry. But I run the slideshow, play the tapes, and I don't get paid for it. I take it pretty seriously, but nobody's telling me I should. Is that a hobby? Seems like there ought to be more of a serious word for it. Okay, that's it. Next there's some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think. I don't remember them anyway. What is this place? Hi, got it. I'm glad I didn't have to go searching for it. That was nice of them. Yeah, Cloudcraft, mentioning that the bad reaction to playing cards that some people have is ridiculous, and I agree. Like, I grew up in a family where, just kind of by tradition, we always played card games with rook cards instead of with playing cards because, like, my parents didn't think it was a big deal, but their parents believed that, you know, that playing cards were associated with gambling and therefore evil. And so their parents never used them, so they got really accustomed to doing everything with this different set of cards. So even though they didn't think it was evil, they still had the cards. And so I grew up really not getting much. I mean, it was basically video games that introduced me to playing cards. We were just talking about work and hobbies. What? I found what I came here to get. The file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Or the Clark, for our British listeners. Alright, let's go. Yeah, Crossy, wow, yeah. Are you playing the new re-release of Skyrim? Because, yeah, I played Skyrim for tens and tens of hours, and I didn't even crack most of the main plot. I was just traveling around exploring stuff, trying to make a fancy suit of armor. You all right? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on it? It's fine. Let's try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. This must be in the past? That leg's in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Hey. Oh man, look at me. Can you hear me? Oh, was I just having a weird flashback? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He's mumbling about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. All right, let's do it. Yeah, Crossy, I've heard that the mod situation for Skyrim is pretty awesome. I typically, partly just because I don't have the time to deal with it a lot of the time, I don't usually explore mods too much. My kids love Minecraft mods, and they keep making me download stuff for that, but I'm usually skeptical. You know, I mean, I know how badly things can go in professional game development, and so that makes me always nervous about installing something that is even less guaranteed to run properly. All right. Oh man, I have to be Can we just leave Conway in the car? Oh, he limps. Also, should we just cover his leg with blood? It seems like that's the situation that he's in. Back so soon? She seemed pretty interested in my cousin Weaver. So they're not talking about the doctor. I wanted to get to the... Was that on 65? I can't remember now. She seemed distressed. I guess so. Yes, we're ready to be processed. Like spam. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Okay, that 65 must have been Truman. Of course, there's a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65, going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory. Just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Okay, so we're going southwest. We're taking a right between the observatory and the river. and then we can get there shortly. Happy to help. Okay, so it said southwest on 65. Is this the road I was already on? So there's the observatory. This must be where we're going. Right here. Yeah, maybe so. The neighborhood of the address on Lula's card has been demolished, and its place is a large museum still partially under construction. Of course. Let's go. Cloudcraft, I am more of a stealth player in Skyrim too. Yeah, it's sort of messing with the AI is probably one of the more fun parts of the experience. And I was never that great in a stand-up fight for some of the reasons you mentioned. Dog. Hey, dog. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. What? Am I reviewing footage of what I already did? Doesn't seem that weird. You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looks like an old drunk if you ask me. But they were both drunks, breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for the old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. That's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. Great. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in. They didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. They didn't know, so they kept looking around. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know, they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that. I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. How did they get in? Must have been one of the kids who left the front door unlocked. Something's got to be done. They run around like animals. You know, that Flora left a can of soda on top of my sheltered door. I almost kicked myself slipping on that sticky mess this morning. Something's got to be done. Alright. Umbrella? Yeah, no, I'm not walking around as Conway. Oh, let's just open our umbrella then. Why are we opening our umbrella? Alright, there's the car. I don't think I can go this way. Hey there, Brain Vomit. Oh, what? This is way more 3D than usual. Hello there. I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did Dr. Truman go? It's a secret. Ezra told me and I can't tell anyone else. Who's Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother Julian. First they're going to help us, but I can't say much more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. That's why I'm playing Kentucky Route Zero. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. Took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. Where was the other house he knew? I don't remember. He seemed sad. Was it the home of a friend? Yeah, I remember. His friend lived there when they were younger. He moved away for a while, and he came back. When he came back, she was married and had a new house. He's still friends with her, but it makes him sad. He went upstairs, and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better than when he was downstairs, and he could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin, too. He could see the shape of it better from up there. Now the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. What? I need to make up what he said? He said he found a staircase in a closet, and he found a rope leading down into a long pit, and he climbed down. He's surrounded by giant aphids. Sure. But the aphids were friendly. Led him to a secret garden. Sure. The garden was very beautiful. The garden was very dangerous. We're just making up this story at this point. He woke up on the floor of the cabin, came back outside, and we said goodbye. I didn't talk to them anymore. What is going on? We ought to get some real chickens in that coop. Do some homesteading. None of these folks know how to live off the land, you know what I mean? Sure, we'll look into it. Who's Fred? What is going on? I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Did the strangers go in the stable? No, they just poked around a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring. Hey, old man, what do you think of this place? That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They've had some treats in the doghouse exhibit. Seemed to clear them up a bit. What? Why are there real treats you can give an actual dog in the doghouse exhibit? As always, I struggle with slow-paced games because, because I usually am giving up sleep to play them. Sure, I talked to him for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep in a storm like that. I never could. What did you talk about? Told him to put his umbrella away. Get great shelter right here. Oh, hey, I can skip this a little bit. He offered me some whiskey. Thinks he's in a program. Asked him about Dr. Truman. So that's what I told him. All right. Well, let's get out of here then. Let's go up. Oh, we're gonna wait for old man to come. Hey, take your time, buddy. Cloudcraft says, "Have you seen dog treats? I can imagine them surviving the apocalypse." Oh, okay. All right. Here we are. Glad I have an umbrella. We were working in the greenhouse and saw them come up the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. Of course, I saw them looking at that odd-shaped building, the rounded metal one. Did they go inside? No, they just looked at it for a bit. I don't know that it feels safe setting foot in there, personally. Well, it looks like it's about to take off. Actually, it looks like one of the things I built in Fallout 4. Sort of romantic. Anyway, they seemed interested in it. Tired, huddling over their umbrellas. Huddling under their umbrellas is what you usually do. They still stopped to examine this strange building. This is like that underground sequence. So much walking. Difficult to see or even hear a storm like that. But I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. Should even out shortly, I'd say. Pay attention to the weather. Hard not to up here. The strangers wanted to know how I coped with the exposure. Yes, some people will never understand the appeal of life on a sailboat. It's tragic, I say. What is going on? Well, they had to leave, looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. Come on. Here's the greenhouse. Flora was playing down on the lower level. We'd been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. We ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers. We didn't know them. Did you overhear them talking? Well, I heard the young woman ask her friend about his job. Some kind of furniture collector or dealer, I think. It didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they were looking for a buyer? Yes, definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. Heard him talking about antiques. Okay, I've got no cursor for a second there. Yeah, so Cloudcraft points out there seem to be giant things flying in the around in the background. And yeah, I did just notice it around the same time you pointed it out. But I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Well, are we actually in real time here? Wow. What kind of truck is that? Do you know where Dr. Truman is? Yes, ma'am, he's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago and he didn't want to come back. Lives there all the time now. Museum's an okay place to live in the daytime, but it's no good at night. Folks just can't sleep in a place like this. Or when they do, it gives them nightmares. So we take them out to the forest to sleep and bring them back in the morning. I'm getting pretty tired myself. He hurt his leg. We're looking for Dr. Truman to help him out. Can you tell us how to get there? We'll have to follow the Green River way out east, then hop over Lake Cumberland. The roads don't go out there. Follow the Green River, hop over Lake Cumberland. Me and Julian can take you. We're just about to go anyway. I just gotta call him over. Oh no. Is this the thing that Cloudcraft was pointing out? Here we are. Just, what? All right, well let's head over to Mordor and what's happening? So I assume I don't have any control over this? Or maybe I do? I should follow the Green River and hop over a lake. So there's the Green River, so... Oh, wait. No, I said hop over the lake. Well, what's this house? Let's look at the house. The flayed hull of a country home smolders in the night. Parts of the property are obscured by smoke. Neat. So this might be the lake. Let's hop over it from the mouth of the Green River. Can't go any further? Okay, maybe I need to just hop over the narrow bit. Oh, is this still the river? I thought I was seeing the river bump into a lake, but maybe not. We're traveling a much longer way on this bird than we ever did in our car. Chapel. A chapel and a graveyard disconnected from any road in the middle of the dark woods. Occasionally, it seems pale glowing figures, difficult to track with the eye, appeared. Appear, I suppose. Sometimes they roll huge barrels in and out of the building. Sometimes they just loiter for a moment, then fade out from view. It's weird. I am running low on time. Okay, so did I need to follow the Green River the other way? This is taking forever. I don't remember if they said which direction I'm supposed to follow the river. So a forest. I have to follow the Green River way out east. Okay. Then jump over Lake Cumberland. So it looks like I probably did just go the wrong way. Now I'm traveling east. Did I already see that church? So, lake whatever. Hey, there's the old bait shop. Woods dirt parking lot surrounds the bait shop. The sign is vaulted above the road with thin steel bar. Was Nolan River Lake the one we're supposed to go? Oh, Lake Cumberland. Am I still in the green? So this is the Nolan River. Well, let's... We don't need to be on the Nolan River. Small figure? Tiny gray figure walks along the side of the road carrying what appears to be a guitar case, followed closely by a smaller shape. A dog? He looks tired. Huh? Oh, here's why you don't know what direction I'm traveling. Let me just get out of there for a second. And then back in. Oh, what? Is it not here? Oh, crap. Okay, well, I'll just tell you then. My picture is covering the lower left corner of the screen, and that's where the compass is. So I do have a compass. I do know I'm traveling east. I guess I just didn't set up Kentucky Route 0 to work from that other with my head up there. Okay, shadowy figure stuff that's lends into a smart blue suit trudges. Oh man, okay. There's creepy stuff happening here. So we're supposed to hop over Lake Cumberland, right? That's the end of that, but there's another lake over here. Maybe that's Lake Cumberland. Here's Cumberland. So how was I supposed to get here from the Green River? I'm trying to reorient myself a little bit. Holy crap. That is a freaking complicated lake. From a distance. Okay. think I'm going the wrong way. I just wanted to see where we connected to the Green River. I think the Green River just went on by, and I think I'm headed the wrong direction. There's a small light down here. They put a bunch of features on this map. Okay, I can't go any further that way. So yeah, so it's probably supposed to go the other way. So I was traveling east, which is towards the bottom right of the screen. Now, okay, I'm actually traveling east-ish right now. So that must be the Green River over there. So it's supposed to travel up the Green River until I saw Lake Cumberland and then hop over Lake Cumberland. So I think that means whatever I'm looking for is over here. Aha! The forest. Cloudcraft says by now all the characters have died of exposure. Yeah, you're probably right. And here we are. What? This doesn't look like me. Oh, hi. It's okay, just take it easy. I'll just close my eyes. I don't think that's a good idea. Just take some strain off your leg for a minute, then we'll keep going. Why is this delivery so important to you? It's my last delivery. Oh, you're retiring or something? Or... sorry. Lizette's closing up the shop. That's, damn. Hey there, dog. How'd you come to be with these people? What do you like to do? Just lay around? It's lie around, technically. Julian, too. He sleeps all day. It's nice to be able to move quickly, anyway. Ah, who are you? He's playing the music. Hey, who are you? Apparently I don't care. What? I'm passing through time and space. Shouldn't be much farther now. Think I can see where the settlement ends over there. These woods go on forever. Well, no forest goes on forever. At some point there's always a road or something, a parking lot. Nice sort of feed it, okay? I just need to rest. We're almost there. Dr. Truman will have a nice couch or something we can rest on, and some medicine or something, I don't know. Come on, dog. Whoa, wait, what? Wait, what? What is going on? Now I'm gonna talk to a dog behind a tree. Have you ever been over to the lake? It's really deep. Bet I could swim to the bottom, though. I'm 10. Interesting, as the screen scrolls, my cursor scrolls with it. Notice that? I'm not moving the mouse. Once I click, I'm not moving the mouse, but the cursor's sticking around. So I have to keep moving to the right to stay ahead. That's interesting. Interesting decision. It's almost like the cannon on a moving tank. Do you have any family you're close with? Brother, sister, kids? This Lizette's family, I guess. Oh yeah? Husband? Bunch of kids? I guess it's just me and her now. Ah, well, two's still a family, right? Guess I was always closest with Weaver. Closest someone can be with a girl like that. She was always on her own wavelength. We were the same age growing up, and just everyone else was so busy. When she disappeared, I got pretty angry. Guess I just stayed that way. Never really understood her, but I knew her. It's lonely without someone like that around. Sorry, you're a good listener. What? The car's only there where the trees are? What is happening? Game is strange. You have a way of falling behind, don't you? Yes. Don't be sad about it. Some folks just move slower. And also some games. Now, this game is interesting and it's worth it. It's just, it's hard for me to... hard for me to play some games just because of, like, you know, I always talk about it. It's just, my attention span is pretty short given the level of tiredness I'm usually exhibiting. He's inside of Dr. Truman. You coming in? Where have you been? We lost sight of you for a minute. Yep, it's easy to get lost, especially after out in the woods like this. I never really get lost, though. I just look out for Julian. He's always around. My folks had a really nice house. I made him worried all the time. The bank took it back. We had to sleep at the bus station, but I could never get to sleep, so I just went out to fly around every night with Julian. We flew really far. We never got lost, but when we came back in the morning, they were all gone. They just left you? I don't think so. All their stuff was still there. Maybe they just got lost somewhere. Let's go see what's on TV. All right, we're at the doctor's house. It's gonna be something. Yeah, the eagle is pretty awesome. I'm starting to wonder if it's the guy's imaginary eagle and we've just gone completely insane. And yeah, I think that during that exit interview was when I really realized how badly they had me. That how else can you pay for medical school? I have college friends with debts that you can't expect to pay that back unless you're planning on selling painkillers on the side or something. Or, you know, some kind of administrative thing? I don't know. Haven't seen what arthritis did to my grandmother. My best friend in high school destroyed his wrist building synthesizers. I mean, he was like 17. Ailments of the joints and limbs just seem important to me. Hope that answers your questions. Getting a scholarship with that pharmaceutical company had a lot of strings attached. But at least I have somewhere to practice, even if I have to follow all the market trends a bit. And hey, thanks to all those seminars, I'm an expert on medical uses of Neripnol TM. It's not so bad. So how about that leg? What happened exactly? I crushed by falling rocks. A crushing injury. Yeah, those can be pretty bad. Everything gets all compressed in there. It's a lot of little pieces to... You know what? Never mind. Let's take a look. How bad could it be, right? Oh my gosh, it's the worst. What are you singing about? Singing about hard times. Everybody's having hard times. Things have a way of working out. Dr. Truman's gonna help your friend. He'll be okay. It's interesting. I haven't really, aside from sort of needing to avoid getting too lost on the map, I haven't really been making a lot of decisions. I'm mostly just sort of clicking through what happens. Might have a few things to look out for in the future. Be a bit gentler with the leg the way you walk, but you'll be okay. I've dealt with similar cases before. So the anesthetic we use is called Neripnol TM. It's pretty experimental, but it's more appropriate in cases like yours. Anyway, the way it works is, I'll count backward from 5 to start the process, and we'll have a normal conversation as the Neripnol TM takes effect. Then I'll get started. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's talk about breathing for a moment. Pharmaceutical cabinet. Cloudcraft says they're singing about how I'm late for work, and that is true. I was thinking I was probably going to leave work a little bit later today anyway. I've got a meeting right at the end of the day, so I don't mind staying a little bit later if it means I get to the end of Act 2. I feel like I must be close to it. Ah, there we are. I am close to it. So I'm about as close to it as you can get now. So that was the end of Act 2 of Kentucky Route Zero. And I suppose we're starting Act 3 now. Let's see. Last time they introduced Lula right at the very end. 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols. Ha ha! Major accident just ahead in the Barriston exit, so if you're headed to work on 31 and you're late, my friend, ha ha! Sugar? Just a little. Forgot how you take your coffee. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. Heard you yelling. Bad dreams? We were up on a roof, Ira and I and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea. Charlie was reading. We're surrounded by other houses, closely packed. Huge sidewalks. Must have been a, what's that word? Subdivision? That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people were gathered, standing quietly. Man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday or when the sun set, something like that? He wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up, and Ira told him to watch his step, and then I remembered. I woke up before I could stop him. Charlie was alone on that roof. I guess he was. He was so bright. His teacher said, what was the word? Imaginative. That's it. How could I forget? It wasn't his fault. It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's just what we mean when we say it's an accident. Sure. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope that truck can hold up. That truck will outlive us all. Hope you're right. I'm glad you'll keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you once. And you fainted. My hero. So, long drive? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it. Guess that'll be the last. Guess it will be. The last act of Lizette's Antiques. What's the word? Finale. I'm not saying the worst things that he thinks of, but I love that he thinks of them. Maybe. No, that's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something. Or I've had too much. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. Seems inevitable that there'll start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you sent in the hallway? Those are Charlie's old books. Oh. Thought we could look at them together. That sounds nice. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Sure, Liz. I'll wait for you. There's your traffic and weather on the 5s. That's every 10 minutes. Brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Stick around for Old Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. So I think that's our preface for Act 3? Man, stories about people losing kids. Not that easy to think about. Wait, what? Why do I have a shiny leg? What's happening? I'm on drugs. Okay. Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it. I was dreaming. That's unlikely. Neuropinol TM is quite powerful. In fact, many patients report a sensation of lost time. You feel like you've lost time? I guess so. It's been about 2 hours. What have you been doing? Watched TV for a while, and Dr. Truman showed me some of the terms of his bill. Kind of, you want to look over this yourself, I think. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the important part. Testing this. I can say this crazy thing. Or, this isn't my leg. Of course it's your leg. Doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore. I haven't encountered this reaction before. It's not totally unheard of. I read a paper about it sometime last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist in your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably a little nebulous from Neuropinol TM. I think I've transitioned right into Act 3, but I haven't really had what felt like an opportunity to quit. So I'm hoping I get through this conversation and I can actually move along. Just stare at my leg. Should have plenty of resting time coming up. Or she reassures me. Well, at your age, I want to be clear. Don't immerse it fully in water. Avoid extremes of temperature. Stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible. Mountain lions? Good advice in any context. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions? Anything in the bill that doesn't make sense? I don't want to think about the bill right now. I can go over it later. There's a phone number on the bottom where you can reach the Consolidated Power Company, handle all the billing. Don't be ashamed if you experience any side effects of Neripnol TM. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time, and all these things that we were already doing all the time. Nothing to be alarmed about, just keep it in mind. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to your truck. All right. Let's just give me some time with a cursor and some decisions so that I can feel comfortable saving and quitting. Museum of Dwellings. I've already been there. All right, here we go. Last saved just now. Perfect. Quit.